Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to our final English lesson of the week with me, Mrs. Craven, and it's Friday, the 12th of February. So today we are learning to relate events from a story to our own experiences. So that means today we will be thinking of the events that happened in the story Wild and linking them to our own experiences, things that have happened to us. So, to be successful, we want to be able to talk about and describe a place that is special to us. In our story Wild, the forest was special to the little girl. So today we want to think of a place that is special to us. We want to be able to write about our own special place. And some of us, we're going to challenge ourselves to use a conjunction in our writing. That means a word that extends our sentences and makes them longer. Words like because, and, so. And we will look at those words further on in our PowerPoint. Now, children, let's recap what you predicted the girl would do yesterday. Let's revisit our learning. If you have your purple book in front of you, go back to the activity you did yesterday. Look at the sentences or labels or the work that you did on this picture where we were predicting what the girl would do next. Remember, she's just got really upset and scared and frightened about the situation she's found herself in, and we were predicting what we thought she would do next. So go back, revisit that work, and remind yourselves, what did you predict what would happen? And in a minute, we'll find out what she does in our story. Now, this is what she did, children. She destroyed the house. She got so angry, upset, scared, frustrated that in the end she exploded in a temper. She destroyed her bedroom and she destroyed the rest of the house as well. Now, what do you think she might say? In the story, she doesn't have a speech bubble. She's not given the chance to speak. So we were wondering what you think she would say if she was given the chance to speak in a speech bubble. Do you think she would tell us how she's feeling, why she's cross? Now, some children, you might just write one or two words for the girl, for her to tell us how she is feeling. Others, you might write a whole sentence. But remember, you are writing as though you are the girl. So we won't write, I think she's really cross. You will need to pretend you are the girl and say, I am really cross and angry, or I hate living here, or I miss the forest, I am cross, or I am sad, or I am furious, I miss my animal friends. You need to write as though it is the girl directly speaking when you write a speech bubble. Now, this image is available to print on Sway, or if you don't have access to a printer, don't worry. You can ask your grown-up to draw you a speech bubble directly into your purple book, and you can write it in there. Now, we move on a bit in the story, and the girl leaves the house with the dog and the cat, and this is what it says. Everyone remembered how she left, and all knew that it was right. Now, I want you to consider these questions and discuss them and chat about them with your grown-up. How do you think the girl is feeling now at this part in the story? How has she changed from the picture we just saw where she was really cross and angry? How has her face changed? Her feelings changed? How has her appearance changed? Her hair? What's she wearing? What isn't she wearing? Where is she going now? And also, how do you think the man and his wife are feeling, whom she was living with? We can just see them in the background looking out the windows, watching her leave. How do you think they feel about her leaving? Do you think they're upset, relieved, worried, happy? And remember, you must try and give reasons for your answers. So 1, 2, 3, 4 things to think about. Pause the video now and try and answer those questions, please. Now, this is the final page of our story. The girl is back in the forest. She's swinging in her tree with her animal friends. And can you see the dog and the cat? They came home with her from the house in the city. And look at the animals. Look at all the animals. How are they feeling? How can you tell they're feeling like this? How is the girl feeling now? And why is she feeling like that? Pause. Talk about it. The final piece of writing in our story says, because you cannot tame something so happily wild. Now, tame means to make somebody or something calm down and do what you want them to do, almost control them. And it's telling us here that you cannot do that to this little girl in particular, because she is so happy when she's wild in the forest. Now let's find out what our main activity is. Now, children, I want you to think of a place where you feel totally happy, pleased, glad, relaxed, and contented, just like the girl feels about her forest. Now, at school, we will discuss this together as a class, and I will record the children's responses on my large whiteboard, and we'll collect our ideas together. So some of you might say, oh, I love my playground, or I feel happiest in my bedroom, or maybe at my grand's house, or maybe you're lucky and have a tree house, or maybe your granddad has a vegetable patch. It can be absolutely anywhere as long as it makes you have all those wonderful positive feelings. Now, if you're a home learner, chat about your special place that you're going to write about with your grown-up. Talk about why it's your special place, how it makes you feel, why you like it, and describe it. What adjectives describing words can you talk about and put in your sentences as you're talking to your grown-up about it? And at school, we'll think of adjectives too to describe our special place. Now, what I will do at school is something called modelling. Modelling means demonstrating, showing the children how to do something before we go off and try to achieve it. So I will model using the adjectives, the describing words that they've told me about their special place, and putting it into a sentence, and also using adjectives that describe how it makes them feel as well. And I will model writing a sentence for the children on the whiteboard. So if the children told me that their special place was their bedroom, we will start our sentence like this. My special place is my bedroom. It makes me feel safe and cozy because it is warm and colourful. And there I've managed to use adjectives: warm, colourful, safe. I've said how it makes me feel, and I've also squeezed in a conjunction, because. And if you look at the bottom of the screen, you'll see the little picture that reminds us of what conjunctions are. So if your child can tell you their sentence out loud, I would model getting them to say it out loud to you. You can write it down for them to see first. But then if your child is confident, then I would take that modelling away and then they can have a go themselves. So you're not just copying straight into a book. For support, then we will do this at school too. You can give your child the sentence starters. So you write this in your child's book. My special place is. And then your child is going to complete the sentence using their own writing skills and their sounding out skills. But they do not have to write as much as I modelled at the beginning. So they just need to complete it with a short sentence. So you've written for your child, my special place is, and then your child can complete it with a few short words. For example, if they say to you, my bedroom, then they can have a go at using the sound mat, which is on Sway for you to print out my bedroom. If they say it's their tent, my tent. Or if it's Gran's house, my Gran's house. It doesn't have to be one of those three. It's what your child says to you, but that's enough for them to write. And you do not have to worry about extending them using conjunctions or adjectives. Just completing that sentence so it makes sense and they've had a go at using their own phonics with a full stop at the end. All children, I'd encourage you to use a sound mat and Fred Talk to sound out the words in your sentence if you need to, which you will see on my next slide. And to fly high, use a conjunction if you can to extend your ideas and sentences. So I use because in my modelling, but other ones you can use are when, and, then, so. But because and are probably the most common and they're absolutely fine. So here we are, there's the sound mat for everyone to help with the child sounding out. And here's examples of how we sound out words at school on our Fred Talk fingers. And then once you've sounded them out loud, like at, mat, then you find each of those sounds on the sound mat and your child can write them down. Right, now, if you'd like to listen to the whole story in one go for your listening pleasure, here is the story of Wild by Emily Hughes, and you can find it on YouTube. And if you open the PowerPoint, you can connect to that link, and it's a lovely story, and I would highly recommend it. So click on that if you would like to hear it from beginning to end in one go. So have we been successful? If you managed to talk about and describe your own special place, write about your own special place, and use a conjunction if it was suitable for you, then well done. If you've done any of those things, you have been a successful superstar. Super stuff. Please share your work with us at parentsupport@shepherdswell.emat.uk. And I hope you have a lovely, lovely half term. Bye-bye, everyone.